Nets making a switch here. Karasov's checked in. Lopez passes to Sloan. Back to Lopez. Puts up the baby hook. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Nets have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. That free throw good from Lopez. The Celtics really seemed to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
Turner against Young. Turner dishes to Olynyk. Now here's Smart. There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. All sorts of time. The rebound by Young.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And Sloan kicks to Karasov. Dishes to Sloan. To the inside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Celtics trail by 8. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. Stripped away. Sloan passes to Karasov. There's the feed to Lopez. Passes to Reed. Lopez against Lee. Lopez kicks to Sloan. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Well, the Celtics shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Here's Smart. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Johnson, he's checked in for Thaddeus Young. And the call will be against David Lee. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. Pass to Reed. To the left wing. Down low. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Turner. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now Smart. He feeds it to Crowder. Right side Turner. The dish to Smart. 6 to shoot. Picked by Lee. Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Nets leading by 8. Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Teardrop shot, and it's Reed pulling it down.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from three was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money.
You know, you talk about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjust to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Sullinger the screen. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. From 13, not enough on that one as it misses.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And there's the pass to Lopez. Feeds to Sloan. He kicks it to Johnson. That is good.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Lopez. 6th in rebounding, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
Boy, he's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the full 48 minutes. Glass eater.
Sloan dishes to Lopez, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Out to the right wing. Karasov. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Karasov's got 5 points in the quarter.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Amir Johnson's checked in for Lee. Urebko comes in for Evan Turner. And Thomas subbed in for Smart. The Nets also changing it up. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Reed. And it's Larkin in for Donald Sloan.
No, he didn't. Did he just break out the finger roll? That's nice.
Here's Larkin. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Zeller, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. And a change for the Nets. Brown's checked in. And here's Crowder. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Johnson the screen. Thomas gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For the Nets, and they're driving, they were fantastic, Clark. Second in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Johnson the screen. The shot by Thomas. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The shot by Johnson, no good. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 15-6 run. Kicks it to Larkin. He dishes it to Bargnani. Robinson down low. He's guarded by Johnson. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Number 5 is Isaiah Thomas.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and put points up while they find ways to get the rest of the team involved. Really the complete package.
And to me, that's what makes them so special. I mean, they don't have one way to punish you offensively. They've got several. You want your point guard to be the most versatile player on the squad, and these guys are.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Nets. Bargnani kicks to Young. And stolen by Zeller. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Crowder with it. Clock at 6. Pass to Jerebko. Here's Zeller. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, he's got a nice looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Dishes to Bargnani. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Bargnani's got 6. Celtics trail by 16. Picked by Zeller. Now here's Crowder. The feed to Thomas. Pass to Zeller. The dish to Jerebko. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Crowder. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed. Crowder's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets. This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
Johnson the screen. Jerebko kicks to Zeller. And Jerebko has it in the corner. Pass to Crowder. Fires the 3. That's good. Crowder's got 9 points.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Feeds it to Bargnani. Baseline try. That's good. And the Nets lead by 13.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Outside Thomas. They set the pick. He feeds it to Crowder. Fades away. And again, it's Boston converting. And so that's the end of the first half. Nets lead by 11. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Andrea, you looked really fluid out there on offense tonight. What's been your approach?
Just try to be aggressive, you know. I mean, the teammates put me in a good position, so just try to be aggressive. Just try to do my job.
Andrea, thank you. Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. The second quarter was very positive for them. They clearly upped the intensity and upped their lead, finishing the half with an 11-point advantage. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench, you know. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.